How's it going? Are we streaming? It's Sean from HFX BRX. Hope everybody's doing well. It's Saturday night. I am just, I don't know, make my screen bigger. You're going to look at the top of my head a lot, because I like to build like this. But I wanted to build something, and get that focus on there. Come on, focus. Anyway, I don't think anyone's going to chime in and chat with me, but I have a build that's been sitting here for a little while, and I've been meaning to finish it. And of course, I put it in the wrong spot. So, this is the Spider-Man. Spider-Man. There's some stuff, there's some more stuff, here's some pieces, there's some stickers. I really didn't come prepared for this event. I just turned on the camera. So it is set 76280. I'm just collecting the pieces because I started bag 2 and then I ran out of time. Why don't I just grab one of these? And then, yeah, that's a bad idea. So I started bag 2 and then ran out of time. Someone called me for dinner. Something like that. This is the really professional beginning of a stream. As I pick up the pieces from somewhere else. And strangely, I seem to be missing Electro's legs. Where could those be? Anyway, here's the set. 76280. I do have the other Spider-Man set that theoretically goes along with this one. But, so this is bag 1, effectively. So, a base. This is where Sandman's going to click. Anyway, I was building Electro, but where's his pants? Oh, they're tan pants, and the whole set is tan. So his pants are mixed in. Anyway, there's Electro. I haven't actually used this overhead. There's some light. Pretty nice looking figure. Now this, I guess there are 2 of them. Oh, this one's missing. This is where I stopped when I was in the middle of the lightning bolts. So, Saturday night, my chores are done. That sounds really really cool. Does this use 4? It does use 4. Well, that's cool. Yes, anyway, my chores are done. I have packed up a whole bunch of Lego to be shipped off across the country. There's, see, that's a bit harsh. Let's get the light in there. Do we need the ground to be lit that well? Does this light even need to be on? Yeah, I should have more light than that. Anyway, so yeah, I did a project over the Christmas time called the Nutcracker Extravaganza, the Nutcracker Challenge, the Nutcracker Invitational is the word I used. And so I invited a bunch of people from across Canada to send to Halifax a Nutcracker, an original mock Lego Nutcracker, and we got like 10 submissions from Vancouver and from Calgary and from Toronto and from Newfoundland and of course from Marilug, the local Lego club here, and it was pretty cool. Did I do that right? Yeah. Anyway, so I had those on display in the month of December at the Bricks by the Sea exhibition at the Halifax Museum of Natural History. That event ran for like 8 weeks. It was supposed to be 7, and then they gave us an extra week at the end. And yeah, it was a really good expo, and we had all these nutcrackers from members of the lugs from across Canada. So there were 3, 4, 5 lugs represented, and it worked really well. And it was kind of low key. They were really displayed well, but after the exhaustion of setting up the rest of the show, I kind of I should have taken more advantage of my time and made better signage for the Nutcracker thing. I did have an explanation of it visible, but I wish I had actually names under each Nutcracker to say this is Ben's, this is from Saylug, from this is Neil's from Vancouver, you know, all these, that kind of stuff. I do wish that I did better personal decoration for each member. But anyway, it was really fun. And I think I'd like to do it again. Some sort of Christmas invitational, because we have a really good, reliable show at Christmas time. And it'll happen for the next at least 4 years straight. We've got 4 years of basically like approval to keep doing this show, and so 4 years is like something we can plan for. Next year, I have to think about the timing of that. There is going to be an event. Yeah, next year. Anyway, so, but whether we do it next year or whether some other lug does it next year, we being Marilug, the Maritime Lego User Group, which I am the ambassador for. I am also the vice president, I suppose, of the group. This is the thing that I'm supposed to be doing on camera, but needed good light. This is not an ideal light. Anyway, it is the, that's pretty straight, I think. Ooh, actually, that you can really see how dry my fingers are. That's really good zoom. If I could bring this camera like right down here, that would be interesting. Anyway, so my homework was to finally send those back to all the people that participated in the event. And so I put packaging. We had a huge blizzard. I've had a cold this week. My kid's been sick. It's just been on and on and on. But now they are packaged up and ready to go out the door. So plausibly Monday morning or tomorrow. Tomorrow there is a post office that I don't think they ship anything tomorrow, but they do. They are open to receive packages, so I'll probably drop those off tomorrow at some point. Is this in focus at all? Like, it was in focus when it was here, but I think I can change the focus. Focus basically was this one. Logic, nice, crossbow, camera control, focus. I think it was this way. Oh, turn off focus. Turn off autofocus. There, so that is definitely, my hand is in focus now. My bricks, my building surface is in focus. Now, like, this is my whole area. Do you even need to see my whole area? Would you rather see that? Maybe that's nice, but then I have to work in there. But then you get to see the bricks. See here, you can kind of see, like, that's, I think that's good. I don't know. You can see what I'm doing. Do you really care what I'm doing, or am I just talking? Look, it's bricks. This bricks is my face. There's a graphic that says Halifax Bricks lives. Halifax Bricks lives. Is it lives? These are live. Lives videos. Right, I turned the page, and now I'm on a new page of instructions. So, anyway, the nutcrackers are all packaged up. The stickers are on them to ship them out. They will ship out tomorrow or the next day. Tomorrow is a birthday party for my daughter. My daughter is turning older, and can I just not pay attention to the instructions? Joseph is really good at this. I'm learning how to build on camera. This is part of why I'm testing everything out right now. I'm testing to like, how do I have to pay attention to you, and then but now I'm getting distracted. Anyway, mailing out parcels, building a thing, Lego. I'm trying to practice. We're going to be doing some interviews soon. I am going to be doing some. Me is going to be doing some interviews soon. I would like to turn this format into a some sort of, not is podcast the right word? Is that what I'm supposed to be calling it? It's a podcast? I don't really think it's a podcast. It's basically going to be building bricks live with a Lego person. I'm going to be probably Zachary Steinman will be my first interview, because he's a chum and he also seems really interested in like media. Like, how can I better take advantage of streaming? How do I figure? So we're going to try and go through this together, and maybe he'll just be my regular host. Who knows? Maybe I'll just interview him once and then he'll be like, that was super weird. I don't want to do that again. So it's possible. Who knows? But that should be, so basically I'm testing out the software. I'm uploading stuff. A few of these, like one of them was like super audio delay was weird. So I don't know why that was. I was using a different webcam, and I've got another one of these. These are like the Logitech Streamer Cam Pro or something. That is a AverMedia Streamer Cam 25 something. Anyway, so they're all different technology, different things. I just totally goofed that one up too. Look at that. Got to put this in first. And that's wrong too. So the goal is to figure this technology out, use it for good, and kind of just talk about like bricks and things. Like, I'd like to do interviews with as many Lego people as I can. I maybe seem foolishly optimistic. Maybe I just seem friendly. Maybe I don't really understand, but there's a lot of people that I've come to know better, I consider them friends, and I feel really special about that. Like, these friends are really cool. And they like Lego. They're Lego friends, and I basically just want to have conversations with them because I think they have really interesting stories, and then record them and then share them for you guys to watch or not watch, because who knows who's going to watch this thing. All I'm doing, I should be staring at that, but I'm staring at that. But anyway, I'm learning. Am I supposed to? I'll look at that. Like, should I even have this screen here? Like, it almost seems like a waste. I should really be like staring right at that camera all the time. Unless you're doing CBC News stuff, and then you're like, hello, how are you today? I'm Sean from the Museum of Natural History. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Like, staring off that way. Because it's... Anyway. But making friends. Having these friends on the show. I've got... Zachary is one of them. I would love to get... Of course, now it's not in focus because I turned off autofocus, so you can't actually see if I did this perfectly or not for the second time in a row. But Zachary, and then there's like someone like Mop Top Trevor. Mop Top Trevor is in Marilug. Mop Top Trevor is a very talented designer. He seems very active. Like his throughput is pretty impressive. Like he's like, you know, I remember talking to him in November. I think it was November. And he was like, I'm really busy. I've got all these Christmas builds planned. And then like for the entire month of December, it was like one after another after another. So what, 5 weeks in December? But he just had more and more builds, and they just kept churning out, and it was just super like, that one's really good, and that one's really good, and that one's really good. And then they were involved in, most of the builds were part of the Bricks by the Sea exhibition. They made a lot of press. You know, we were running around, or he was running around, going to the mall, showing off his Woody the Christmas tree, which is very popular in the region. And, well, that's not right. Who did that? Anyway, that's not right either. Right? Jeepers. Who's paying attention to this build? That one's okay, that one's right. Anyway, so Mob Top Trevor, I'd love to get him on the interview. Then there's, Mob Top Trevor also designed Gus the Tortoise. So Gus the Tortoise is somewhere. This is water from my water container. Linus Tech Tips. Am I allowed to say that? He's not a sponsor, but I will drink his LTTstore.com water bottle. LTTstore.com. Mob Top Trevor. He designed the Gus the Tortoise, Halifax Bricks, our second set. Then there's Trevor Benoit, who designed the first Halifax Bricks set, which was the Halifax Old Town Clock, which I had somewhere. And then it's packed up. The one that I had, I have my own sets that I sell at like craft fairs and gift shops and stuff. But I managed to give all of them away. So I had some for Christmas that I was like, oh yeah, but one of them was mine. It was like the original model of it. And then somebody else got it. So, and then Gus the Tortoise, I had a bunch of those, and I gave those away. And somebody actually bought one, and it's been sitting here for a month. I kind of like, should I reach out to them and say, reminder, you're supposed to pick this up before Christmas. It was supposed to be a gift for your son or something. Anyway, so maybe Trevor Benoit, and Trevor Benoit does a whole bunch of mocks, and he does some really crazy stuff. Owen Grace, I could interview Owen Grace. Owen was who I applied for Lego Masters. I had 2 applications in last year. Didn't make either of them, but we had a lot of fun. And Owen, and that's actually on my YouTube channel. If you scroll back, there's 2 bald Haligonians make a hamburger or something like. I can't remember what the video title is, but that's one of the only Lego things that's on here. Because that was our trial video. That was like, okay, you need to have this video, done within 24 hours. Go for it. So yeah, we had a fun, like, experiment of, that was like really early, like, Sean is a ham. Let's see him say some stupid things. And we built a really fun little Lego set, which I still have with me. That's actually one set that I don't think I want to get rid of. I get rid of all my stuff because I don't really care about it. Well, I don't know. I keep tokens, I suppose. So I had one that was a really nice seagull, but the seagull used a whole ton of white, like, space, like wing parts. So I had all these angled plates that were super useful plates for other builds. But so I made the seagull with the plates, and so I didn't want to leave all those plates tied up with this set, so I just demolished the. Look at this. Well, it actually is a really nice face. I've never built one of these. I can't remember. People have some term for them, like buildable minifigures. Buildable figure? Is that it? Buildable figure? So I have a bunch of the Iron Man faces. This one's actually weird because it's got the nose shape and cheekbones and stuff. Looks really cool though. That will be a great addition to the other thing that I'm building at some point. Anyway, so I'd like to interview... This goes onto there. Bam. Surprise, surprise. Or no surprise at all. There's a lot of spare parts. And bag number 3. I guess this is probably the last bag. Who else can I would love to interview. Well, I could interview Joseph. Joseph, who does Quick Build Bricks. He had me on. I know there's a spider web somewhere over here. He had me on his stream at some point. Soon after we met, I met him in Toronto at Toralug, at Bricks in the Six. He was Director of Fun, Director Krennic. There's a nice Spider-Man. What's really weird is that I have been running a bricklaying store a lot in the last 2 years, and I've built sets, but I think I said this at some point earlier, I don't have any Marvel sets anywhere. But recently I've been buying a lot of Marvel sets. Of course, does this work for autofocus? I don't think it does. I think this one does autofocus, but it's all wonky, so I'll set this one to be autofocus. I'm replacing this camera with one of these, so I'll set that to have autofocus, and then I can do, and then that'll make sense. Anyway, that's cool. He's got little fisticuffs. Anyway, so I'm saying I've had a bricklaying store for a long time, but I've been doing a lot of parting of sets out, and I've been parting out a lot of Marvel sets, so I'm selling a lot of Spider-Man, but that's actually the first Spider-Man that I have assembled ever. I don't have any Marvel sets. I have a couple Batman sets. Like, I'm much more of a DC, and I love Spider-Man. I have, underneath this table is long boxes full of comic books, which I'm considering selling. But I'm a huge, comic book fan. I like Spider-Man. I've always been a Batman fan more. Like, classic, the history of me liking comics was always Detective Comics. But I have hundreds of Spider-Man comics. And anyway, but I've also been talking to people like Joseph Opara. And yeah, he actually has one of the biggest Lego collections that I know of. He's got every single Star Wars minifigure, every single Star Wars retail set, every single everything. It's amazing. He lives in Toronto. He's often complaining about not having a job or not having whatever, but he does have every Lego set that I can imagine, and he's always building. Every week he's doing Quick Build Bricks. That's good math. I like that. Yes, every week he's doing Quick Build Bricks on the YouTube, on Twitch, on Instagram, everywhere. But yeah, I was on his show at one point, so I'd like to have him on the show. Graham Diamond, I would love to get onto this show, just because it's like such a people know of him, but I don't think, like, when I've looked up his social media, it's sparse. There's a lot of pictures from a number of years ago, and I don't think, like, I'm sure he's been on, like, Beyond the Brick, or he's surely done some interviews somewhere. But meeting him, he was just such a nice, like, super relaxed guy. And for him to be a Lego certified professional, that there's 2 in Canada, that there's 3 in North America. He does a lot of interesting jobs, which I'm sure that he won't actually be able to talk about, probably because of non-disclosure agreements or whatever. But maybe past events, like how he became a Lego certified professional. That would be an interesting story, I think, to explore. What it's like to be a Lego certified. So he's not an employee of Lego, but he's a like, if Lego needs some project done that they can't handle, they call him, and that's pretty cool. Robin Sather, I think Robin would be a really interesting interview. The other Lego certified professional in Canada, the first Lego certified professional in the world. Am I supposed to be doing? Okay, I figured that out. Anyway, Robin would be a really interesting interview. Like, these are people that I've had Insta conversations with. Like, hey, really liked you on that New Zealand show, Robin. Or, hey, Robin, you know, how do I become a Lego certified professional? I'm sure that he has been asked that 100,000 times. Maybe 1,000 times. But I don't know. Did I ask him that? I might have asked him that. And look at me now. Not a Lego certified professional. But, you know, maybe one day. I don't know what I'm doing other than building sets. And what's really fun is that I love designing sets now, which is something that I've never thought I'd do. And I really only started very recently. Like, I've always been a free builder. I love free building. And I've never been like, I should do something on purpose. And if I did it on purpose, I should use Studio, the computer software, and, like, scroll through the parts. Because I was like, that's so, like, creatively stunting, man. I just want to, like, get my hands in the bricks and build. And that doesn't always work. Sometimes you search and search and search and search for that one piece that you think you want, and you can't find it, and then you're like, I can't build this thing now. Anyway, did I just throw a piece on the floor? I know I'm going to say, Lego didn't include a piece in the set, and then it's going to be like right there, because that's always what happens. And I check the bag. Did I use the wrong piece? No, this should be four of those. I've got 1, 2, 3. Is it on his tail? No. Is it under? There it is. I knew as soon as I threatened it to say, Lego forgot to put a piece in. Anyway, yeah, so I like using Studio now, which is really interesting. I really just had the urge. So I've been doing all these design projects for people. And I've been, like, basically hiring, not really hiring, but partnering with people that I know, like Trevor Benoit and Trevor Pearson-Jones, to do these builds with me. Like, I come up with an idea, a prototype, a description, like this is missing some parts, but the original clock tower is missing the dome right now, but this is like the very first. I just grabbed a bunch of bricks and started building a thing, just to be like, okay, if this is how big it is with these bricks, can we make it smaller? Can we make it bigger? What this dome piece was basically the most important, and like how many Lego pieces exist. I can do that shape in the right color. So there's a missing piece there. Anyway, so yes, I'd been partnering with people to say, let's design this. You design the thing. Let's go with this. Here's my revisions based on price point and all that kind of stuff. This is actually coming along quite nicely. So I just snapped his arm on. That's what we just built. It's very nice and flexible. His head. His torso is just swivelly, but it is on a ball joint, but it's so tight. I bet if they just put like one more bit of height there, a gap there, that his torso could move around more, not just his head, but it's a pretty tight little spot. Anyway, I really like this, and I like just the idea that it is what it is. Can we put him in there somewhere? Is there a good spot for him? No, there's not a good spot. So, I like doing digital design. I want to figure that out. Wouldn't it be great to interview somebody who did some of the design software, or actually does design, or knows how to use the software, tips and tricks. Wouldn't that be a cool video series? Tips and tricks using Studio, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'd like to learn some tips and tricks. Anyway, but I guess one of the things that I'm enjoying is that I've been partnering with all these people and just being dumb and being like, I don't know how to use this thing, and they're like, oh, all you have to do is this, this, and this, and I'm like, that requires some training. And but then I just said, you know what, I need to do something. And this is actually getting back to the conversation I started an hour ago. There we go. It's my daughter's birthday party tomorrow. That's what I was started with. She designed a set, and so we built that set. So basically, I got out the bricks and I said, let's play. And I went to my bricklink store and we said, okay, let's make a sea creature. So what do we need for a sea creature? We need eyes. And then we need some modified studs with a stud on the side to put the eyes on, so then the eyes can be and it should be mostly two-dimensional. And they're like, here's a fish. I designed a flat, boring fish. And I basically went to all my bricklink parts and started in, some color that my daughter would really like magenta, or there's a really nice butter yellow, light bright yellow, I think it is. Anyway, so I just looked at parts that I had at least 100 of, or 60 of, or 50 of, and said, okay, so if we need to make 20 sets or 15 sets, we need at least this many of this, so let's use these pieces in these colors. And she was like, yeah, this is really, and I made a couple fish, and she made a couple fish, and I was like, okay, and then my son made a fish, and anyway, we just kind of played, and it was really fun. And then we had a vote, and my fish, which is in the other room right now, it did not win the competition. My daughter got to choose which one she liked best, and she chose, of course, her own. And so then I got to build that model in Studio, and then create the instructions. And I parted it out from my bricklink store, and it's now a set. And there's only 6 steps to get it completed. And so I made 15 kits, and have packaged them up, and they're going to be part of the goodie bag for the birthday party tomorrow. So I think that's pretty fun. But yeah, I don't know. Interviews. Robin Sather, Graham Diamond. Who else do I know? If I could get Brick and Nick, because he does a lot of social media streaming. He's definitely I want to learn more about him But I don't know if, like, I don't know what people want to tell people, but, like, I'm not saying that Nick would want to keep things secrets, but, like, would it reveal, I don't know, too much real stuff? Like how I'd like people to know how hard it is to become a professional, but maybe I would like people to know how happy it is, how happy it could be, how positive their lives are. Do people want to know that? I do, personally. I'd like to find out how amazing their lives are. So we'll see. It would be maybe also interesting if we had Bricklink sellers on, just to talk about selling bricks. What they're, how long they've been doing it for, because nobody really knows, right? Like, unless you're actually paying attention to the social media feed of, Max Bricks. Max, actually the biggest Bricklink store east of Montreal. Mac is from PEI, Prince Edward Island. I like to say I have the biggest new parts store, because all my parts are new. That's why I like to say it. But his store's bigger, so he's got a ton of bricks, a ton of used stuff. Way bigger, like probably another 100,000 bricks on top of my store. So that's a big gap. Like, it would be hard for me to fit more bricks in my... See, that's a bad sticker. That one. Someone's going to come look at this set at some point and be like, oh, Sandman's middle finger. Who put the sticker on that? Anyway, long stories. Interviews, birthday parties. Oh, this is nice. These are his fingernails. Oh, you can't see that, but this is nice. I've never built a Sandman set before. I've never built a Spider-Man set. But I like this build. And it's weird. One thing that's weird is that... Oh, right, he's got a thumb, too. I've seen a lot of Spider-Man sets. And Batman sets. I don't have a lot of I have the Batmobile. And I have the Batwing that's sitting unassembled, so I'm going to build that soon. But, anyway, this is a nice setup. Look at those hands. And this goes like that. 1, 2, oh. There we go. This is basically it. Oh, shoulder pads. Oh. That way? Oh. Oh. That's nice. It kind of limits the position. Well, maybe not. Is that it? Oh, it's a web. It's going from here to here. He's gonna be holding that. Is this strong enough to... Oh, maybe if it's turned enough. Okay, so he's like this. And this is like this. Maybe he's running on his arm. Sure. That's pretty good. Some good action. And then this is going this way. And the lizard's jumping through here. Oh, that's even better. That's swiveling. That looks good. Lizard. An electro. You're over here. Electro's running on the... That is pretty nice. Focus, auto, apply. Configure. Autofocus isn't working. So there, that's in focus, I think. That is pretty nice. There's a way for me to do this like that. But yeah, that's a beautiful set. That is my new favorite Marvel set. It's my only Marvel set. That's pretty good. So, next time on HFX BRX Lives, what should we build? Either the part that this sits on top of, or I do have a classic space build that I've been working on. We're starting... I hope I wasn't too random in my conversation, but I'm talking about the stream, talking about what we should be doing from here, talking about how I should be talking loud and clear, also making progress on the build at the same time. And yeah, I just realized that my face was on. I was just staring at the camera version of this. It looks really good. But yeah, I'm going to try and work on the backdrop as well. I think this poster should be lower, maybe here. I could probably make smaller posters, because then that one poster doesn't look gigantic. But if I made a bunch of small posters, that'd be kind of fun for all the events that I've done. That could be fun. I could print out some Instagram pictures. I kind of want to have a shelf back there as well. So if I ever stand up, you can look at stuff. Right now it's like 5 feet away. Not even 3 feet away. But yeah, what should I do with the back wall? There was a drape on it before. I kind of like the poster images. What should I do? Should this be closer? If we can zoom in. Yeah, look at that. Now we can really tell if it's in focus or not. It's surprising how low that focus level is. Anyway, pretty cool set. When are we going to do this? Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's my daughter's birthday. We got the set building. But should we vote You let me know. You go to HFX BRX on Instagram and you say, hey, I watched your YouTube and I think you should build the Classic Space. It's one of the offshoots from the Galaxy Explorer. Or the Spider-Man, whatever it is. The 3 Spider-Man fighting the... Oh, right, I gotta find the Vulture. I have a Vulture somewhere. I think I might have sold my Vulture. I made some comment that I was going to build this because I was like, yeah, it's really cool to have the Sinister Six. And in my head, there was Doc Ock and Sandman and Lizard and Green Goblin and... no, I can't remember who's in the Sinister Six. But Vulture was not included in these sets. But I think I have a Vulture somewhere. And if not, I'm just going to buy one. Because I want to have Spider-Man, the Spider-Man, fighting the Sinister Six. Maybe I could get 6 Spider-Men. That would be kind of fun. Anyway, this is a nice one. I'm going to stop for now. But subscribe and like and do all those things. Thank you very much. If you made it to this point in the video, you should send me a Bricklink order. And you should say... Adidas shoes are the best shoes and get me 30% off. You do that in the next 24 hours from until February 4th, Sunday night at 10 p.m. If you send me a Bricklink order that says Adidas shoes 30% off, I'll give you 30% off. Anyway, thanks very much.